Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Look at this beautiful mold that I got from Pouring Your Heart Out. Julie outdid herself. I already dusted the sunflowers because it takes a long time and I had to clean the inside of the mold. Since it's a deep mold and I plan on doing a 3D bloom plus something else, this is kind of a 3-part project. Because it's a deep mold, I thought I could use this really beautiful sort of dried flower that I got from Temu. And I'm going to place it in the center, put a layer of resin to cover it as best I can. And then I'm going to put this thing over to push it down, and then use this tape to sort of tape it down and press this flower down. And then I'll do the next step. So I'll let you see what it looks like in the next clip when I start doing the 3D bloom. Okay, so it's the next day, and let's see how my experiment worked out. It was mainly to hold down that centerpiece, and that was the first step of this project. God, I'm just in love with these molds. Ooh, okay. So it made a little, ooh, it did go in. Cool beans. All right, so I'm going to transfer this to my leveling board, and then I'm going to mix up my resin and do the next step. So I hope this little thingamajig doesn't show up on the other side. We shall see. See you in a moment. Okay, here comes part 2 of this 3-part project. So I've mixed up some Nick Pro this time, and I'm pouring a layer and watching my edge because I do want to, this is a very deep mold, so it takes quite a bit of resin, which is perfectly fine for my 3-part project. So I'm going to make sure I have left over enough. I will pour in a separate cup for my 3D bloom. Okay, I mixed up 20 grams because it's just a small space here. And I will pour in the rest of my resin. And cool beans, I still have enough for my 3rd layer. All right. I will torch. Oops. Yep, time to refill this torch. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use T-Rex Bellini Orange. And even though it's spreading right now, I'm going to be okay because it's going to shrink back in. And then I'm going to use Sunshine Yellow from also T-Rex. Kind of blending the two together in a way. If you see how I'm sort of pouring it at the edge. All right, that's what I wanted. I know it's going to shrink in, but we shall see. Today I'm using Cast and Craft. I haven't used it in a while, so I thought I'd use it and save my bloom pigment paste. 1, 2, I'm going to do 2.5 because I like my white dark. Because the 3rd part, which is a surprise coming up, you'll see why. So I'm going to mix my Cast and Craft, and my resin is nice and warm. Not hot, but warm. And I'm going to mix it really well. See how it just comes back in? which is absolutely fine. I haven't decided what sort of design of petal I'm going to do. I have to wing it, so we'll see. I'm always nervous, you know, when I do these projects. It's like, even though I've done 3D blooms, practicing quite a bit, there's always this nervous energy and excitement at the same time of like, ooh, how am I going to petal? Because, you know, I'm filming it, and so it's spur of the moment. So there's my white. I remember I used to also, before I sort of took temperature of my either bloom or casting craft, I used to sort of like do this and then see how it drips down into the cup for texture. But now I depend more on my little thermometer that tells me the temperature. Okay, so I'm going to pour it into my piping bag. Now see, I'm so tempted to put some more color out here. So what I will do though is sort of push the colors out like this, so that it's sort of a wispier look, but still some color on the outside, hopefully. I've already forgotten what color flower is underneath there. I think it was purple. Okay. Got my piping bag. And now, this does take a lot, because this one I did was 5 ounces on this second layer. I think the first layer was, oh, I can't remember now. But anyway, okay. Let's see, what shall I do? Maybe I'll do some rose petaling here. The kind of that one. Let's see what happens, since I have some in my cup. Now these are obviously, you're not going to be seeing it because it's, you know, the underside, but just to get sort of a groove going. I'll just start there. Okay, now I'm going to take my piping bag. Where my scissors go? Oh, right here. Duh. Cut a little snippet. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. I'm going to do that sort of shape, I think. Okay, and before I move on, I'm just gonna kind of hopefully get these little, oh, there we go. Let's see, maybe that'll do something cool. Okay. Whoops. It went right into my resin there. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to sort of do it as I go along here. I'm losing my shape there. Oh gosh, hard to do it upside down. Ah! Need to put a little bit more here. Don't want blobbies. Totally losing my shape. Oh boy. Okay, what I'm going to do now is this. This one has room, so I'm gonna, do a curly Q there. Now it looks like I've got room over here, but, whew. All right, so, oops. I'm gonna pull that up, pull this in, but then pull that out. It's kind of fun doing this sort of fine tuning, you know, it's just, not sure if it makes a difference in the final result. But we shall see. Just sort of helping it a little bit. There we go, kind of balancing it out. Man, I'm really tempted to put some over here. I think I will, since I have. And to make it easy for me, I'll do curves. That I can pull out. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna fuss with. Let me see. Let me think if I see any blobby parts. I'm so tempted to do something in there. It's not going to make a difference, but you know what? Oh, maybe I'll just pull these in. So it'll pull those, you know, it'll pull these. Ooh. Just do that. Okay, and I'm going to torch. Oh, wait, I can... Shall I put some over there? No, I'm going to leave it. Okay, because my third layer, or my third part, is going to come up, and I want some room for that. So, ooh, I hope. I will see you for the next part 3. Okay, here comes the next step, and you can see some of my petals have bloomed, some have not, so must be the room temperature, weather temperature. So I'm going to take this plastic sheet that I cut smaller, and I'm going to pour a layer of resin. This time I used Ultracast, only because it's a 2-to-1, and I mean, there were a lot of reasons. So anyway, I just did that. So I'm going to pour some of this in here. And what I'm going to do is probably have to play a little bit with placing the plastic, because I'm kind of doing that crushed velvet look. And then I'm going to take a paintbrush and just brush in some chameleon powder over the plastic, and then pour a layer of black resin over it. And so that'll take a while. So I will put you on a time lapse for just sort of crunching the plastic if you're interested in seeing. Otherwise, you can just fast forward, and I'll see you for the unmolding. So I'm just going to spread it as far out a bit as I can, and since I'm going to push it down, you know, this down some more, I don't want to fill it right to the edge. So this is an experiment, and this was an idea that I saw from Zarin Art, where she did a 3D bloom, and then she put this plastic, the crushed velvet look, over it. And I thought, whoa, that's a great idea. So I want to try it. And because this mold is so precious to me, I am not going to torch it very much, because I'm so afraid I'm going to go to the edge. Okay, I'm going to put you on a time lapse and watch whatever you, how much or how little that you'd like. Okay, I am so excited about seeing how this turned out. That plastic shrinking to create ripples has been one of my nemesis. So I did put that chameleon powder in the background as a background. So let us see. Pretty. Look at those sunflowers. Oh my gosh, just, it's so beautiful. This mold of creating that flower background. Oh, okay, my plastic didn't work as far as creating a ripple background, but I like, you know, the chameleon blue that I chose, and this turned out okay. And even though it's blobby, it adds character. So I like it. And I like how this sort of blends in with the side. So I'm happy. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching.